And Sharks in the standings here.
Very third and sixth place. We've got 2 points separating the teams, with the Sharks being in fifth with 13. Sharks winning this game could bring them all the way up to third place in the standings.
So the Sharks looking for that all-important win here against the Kings, but we could have a real battle as play just starts with the drop of the puck. Comes loose quickly. Sharks jump out of their own blue line, knocked around on the side, picked up by Stephen Young, fired around the boards. Comes out and along the side of the boards, down into the blue line area of the Sharks, and they try to end zone. Fired around on the boards, picked up by Corrin. Corrin slapped it out to the blue line, just outside in the center area. Kings hustle right on, center right back in again, and the Sharks regroup and come out over their own blue line, down the ice. Parada sends it over the Kings blue line, hustles in on, picks up the loose puck himself. He's dumped just as he got by the face-off circle. And again, Sharks applying a little bit of pressure here with a good hustle of Parada and Young. Right around the back of the net, Kings couldn't get it around. Sharks, two of them hustle on it quickly in the corner, fired out to the face-off circle. No shot on that play. Sharks grabbed the loose puck though. And the Kings defense is scrambling right now, John.
Wow, they're playing all over the place. Their goaltender wasn't in yet, and they were using a forward player playing in the net, so they were all just more worried about the open net than they were about the game going on. The goalie's in there now, so we'll see if they can get themselves organized.
Wow, then there was a good deal that they were scrambling and falling on every loose puck as the puck finally knocked out. And the Sharks have to go back and reorganize. They get it out to the center area. Kings right away hammer it right back towards the Sharks end zone. And the Sharks have to come back and regroup, and they send it back out and down the ice, knocked away by Campanaro. Campanaro got it as far as the Kings defense. They try to hold it at the blue line, and right away the Sharks hustle on it, knock it down, and we've got a 2-on-0 breakaway for the Sharks. A big save, knocked away by Mitchell. He got a piece of it.
I thought he was going to step right into him with him. He come out, but he managed to just pull it back over and tuck it into that bottom corner.
Looked like he was going to catch just a piece with his glove, but the stretch is a little short on one of these small tender goaltenders.
Nevertheless, we've got a 1-0 hockey game now. Sharks taking the lead. Ready for the face-off now. See which one of the three win the draw.
Scramble at the face-off circle. And right away the Sharks seem quicker on the draw. Fire quickly back outside the Kings blue line into the center zone. Comes back around in his own zone. He's dumped just as they get over the blue line as Willard tried to pick up the loose puck, but he was dumped. And the Sharks try to regroup in their own zone. Comes to the side of the blue line. Knocked around and scramble. Kings defense couldn't hold it in. Knocked down by Arsenal. Arsenal tries to hold it there for the Kings just inside the blue line. Arsenal kicks it with his skate, comes loose to the line, but there's two Shark players that jump on that loose puck, and Campanaro sends it up to Willard. Three Sharks cross the blue line all together. Dumped into the boards. Kings try to regroup behind their own net. And a scrambling play so far with this Kings defense trying to get organized and get the puck out of their own zone, John.
That was a nice sweep check earlier on the Kings. They managed to poke that away.
And a backhand shot there. And quickly the Kings are in a deep hole early in this hockey game on that backhand shot as Young and Willard combined to beat the defense.
Doesn't seem like the Kings want to hit that puck hard enough to get it out of the zone. They're going to have to get right on top of it. Maybe start knocking some people down if they want to stop this game from getting out of hand with a lot of goals being scored against them.
Well, two of the Shark players are left all alone in front of the net to combine for that goal. Comes right loose again, and the Sharks going right by this King defense as the Kings are scrambling right at the front of their own net. Another shot scored, and we've got a quick 3-0 lead, and it looks like the Sharks, who have a chance to move up in the standings, really want this game, John.
Well, that should be the end of the shift for the players there. Now, 3 goals on that baby line. And I'd imagine that the Kings coaching staff would be pretty happy to change this lineup.
So as the buzzer does go for the line changes, I think the coaching, like you said, for the Kings will be glad to have this change up as the King defense was caught back on their heels and in big trouble.
Well, this will give them an opportunity to talk to them a little bit and see if he can get these guys hitting a little bit more. A lot of these guys, it's their first time playing hockey, first year playing hockey. They've got a bit to learn, but they're out there having fun anyways.
And from the face-off, the Sharks again hustle right on the loose puck, dumped into the Kings zone. Fired around, goes into the corner. The Kings trying to scramble out of their own end zone. Right away, the Sharks hold it in. They get it to the blue line and out. And the Kings, once again, trying to get a little bit of organization here, knocked up by Haywood. Haywood finally sends it into the center zone for the Kings, but the Sharks hustle back and pick it up. Knocked up on the board, picked up by the Sharks defense. Oh, bad pass right in front of the net shot. Oh, and a big save by Robichaud. As he was going down, he made the save with his shoulder and pulled it into his equipment.
Robichaud lost his balance there, and he still managed to fall the right way.
Fired along the boards by Plow. He couldn't get anything organized for the Sharks. Knocked down again, and the Sharks try to keep it at the blue line. Knocked down quickly. Turner knocked it away, and the Kings try to get right back in his hockey game. Spin around check by Gillies. Gillies try to set up a play, knocked up on the wing, and they send away Copper. Down come the Sharks. Two of them. A nice passing play. Ooh, just fired wide as the Sharks could increase the lead to 4 on a nice passing play there right in front of the net from Copper. Comes back out to the front of the net, knocked down by Haywood. Haywood tries to start out on a rush, sidesteps one check, goes right by the next defender on the Sharks defense, tried to set up a pass, couldn't get it away, and Haywood stopped just inside the Sharks blue line. Comes back to the defense, knocked out on the blue line. Scramble in front there, comes right back. Gillies goes back, picks it up for the Sharks. Fired out on the blue line by Gillies, got it to the blue line and out. Kings quickly jump on that loose puck and offside on the play, as Schultz couldn't get outside the blue line quite in time for the Kings.
Like Haywood was stopped at the blue line looking for some help, someone to pass it to. Had no one going to the front of the net. Sharks are playing good positional hockey out here, and it looks like they have Campanaro out there, who's just moved up from the baby line this year, and he's skating quite well out there with the big line players. Just moved up from the middle line, I'm sorry.
And from that face-off, Kings try to get going again as two of them step out over the blue line. Big move there on the side by Haywood. Haywood couldn't get going. Puck squirts loose, knocked down quickly by Barry. Stephen Barry couldn't get control for the Kings, and it's fired all the way back down into the Kings end zone. Fired around on the boards, goes to the far side. Kings can't get going. Scoop right in front, and a nice save there by goaltender Gibson. Comes to the other side. Sharks applying a little bit of pressure just at the front of the net. Fired up again. The Kings having problems in front of their own net as the Sharks applying their pressure. Knocked loose, picked up there by Derek Plow. He couldn't get a shot away. Kings get it outside the blue line and knocked away by Gibson. Sharks come right back to the Kings blue line, try to send it in, and it's knocked away safely to center. And then the Sharks fired it right back in off the stick of number 5, Miles Gillies. Kings, two of them try to set it out as the buzzer goes, and the Kings again hemmed in their end zone and couldn't get any plays really organized there, John.
Well, this is the middle line coming out now, and you've really got to watch on the middle line for the Sharks. Derek Plow, number 15 on the Sharks. Derek Plow is right up there in the scoring race. He has 35 points this year, 20 goals and 15 assists. Now let's see how he can do against this line out there.
Face off to the right of goaltender Gibson in the Kings nets. From that face off, knocked around. Out, fired out to the blue line and set up on the play by Boudreau. Boudreau tried to keep it in for the Kings. Knocked around. Fired around on the side, picked up again. Scrambled just at the side of him. For that face-off, and the Sharks applying a little bit of pressure. And Gibson holds on for the face-off. Just to the left of Gibson, the Sharks applying all the pressure now on this shift. The scramble just off the face-off circle. Scooped around, knocked down quickly. Fired around on the boards, comes to the other side. Sharks defense hustles right in. They both try to hold it in at the blue line. Knocked away, knocked loose by the Kings. They get to the face-off circle but not out. Fired to the blue line and finally out in the center zone. And the Shark defense quickly hustles back, fires it in over the blue line. Knocked down by Campanaro. Knocked up on the wing, fired around in the corner. And again, the Kings get it to the Sharks zone, but the Sharks defense is the first one to hustle back as the Sharks defenseman fell down on that play. Bossman couldn't get control as he went down. Kings tried to hustle right back in on the play. Quick shot by Hawley, and it just caromed wide of Robichaud, and the Sharks almost got caught down there, and finally they do get loose, and Bossman sends it down the length of the ice right on net, and Gibson makes no mistakes on that play, holds on for the faceoff, and a big chance there, except for the big save of Justin Robichaud off of Jaron Hawley on the tip-in on the play. Run the face-off just to the right of Gibson. Kings quickly hustle back. Knocked around on the boards by Schultz. Schultz couldn't get it all the way out. Kept in quickly by the Sharks. Comes to the side of Gibson. He knocks it around to the back of the net. Goes to the side. A bad pass there. Comes right out in front. Gillies couldn't get a shot away on net. Tries to pick up his own rebound. Knocked to the side. Hawley tried to knock it outside the blue line. He's kept in, and Miles Gillies holds it in quickly for the Sharks. Sends it in deep. Goes around to the back of the net, into the corner. Scramble along corner. Two Sharks quickly try to knock it away. Comes loose right in front of Gibson. He kicked it out. Kicks out a second one. Sharks hustle right on it, though, as Plow. He tries to shot. Another save by Gibson. And this time Gibson holds on for that face-off after a scramble. And 2 or 3 chances by both Bossman and Derek Plow could have increased the lead for the Sharks, except for the goaltending of David Gibson on the Kings' note. Puck comes loose right off that face-off. 2 Sharks. A quick shot just wide of the net by Copper. He sent it up to Campanaro. Couldn't get a shot away. Goes around the back of the net. Scramble at the corner. And again, the Kings back on their heels, being hemmed in their zone hard by this Sharks offense. Puck comes to the far side. Knocked in quickly by Derek Plow. Plow couldn't hold it in. Hustles right back up on his skate after falling, but he couldn't keep it inside the blue line. And down come the Kings. Knocked loose there by Campanaro. Campanaro of the Sharks couldn't get it away. Kings do send it in over the blue line. Knocked around at the side of the boards just inside the line. Sharks start out over the blue line just as the buzzer goes. And a big chance there for both the Sharks and the Kings. Kings couldn't capitalize on the breakaway pass set up on the side to Hawley. And Schultz had a big chance on Gibson's pass. Face off just at center again as the small lines come up for both teams. And this has been the problem line so far for the Kings, as the Sharks dominated completely the first time and scored those 3 goals. From the face off, the Kings again send it in over the Sharks blue line. Sharks hustle right on that loose puck. As fired around on the boards and down around his own net. Sharks try to regroup, set up a play. Stephen Young sends it around. Nice pass up on the side. And down comes Campanaro. Michael Campanaro dumped it away. Long breakaway pass right in front of Kyle Mitchell. And a nice goal there. It looked like it might have been Prada that tipped it just as Mitchell slid out to grab the Blues puck, with 3 of the Sharks right on his doorstep. So now the Sharks take a commanding 4-0 lead early in this hockey game, and all the goals have come at the expense of goaltender Kylan Mitchell. Face off back out at center with a commanding 4-0 lead now. Sharks completely dominating on this small line for both teams. Scramble just in the center zone. Puck squirts loose and goes all the way down and deep into the Kings end zone. Kings try to regroup behind their own net, fired around on the boards. Sharks defense holds it in just inside the blue line. Scramble there. Arsenal tries to get back into the play for the Kings. Does finally get it to the blue line. Arsenal's dumped just at the line. 2 Sharks also right in, right around him. Mitchell misjudged that one, trying to slide his stick out to block it. And the Kings now trail by 5 as the Sharks have dominated so far on this small line unit for their team. 5 quick goals all on the small lines for both teams, as Campanaro and Prada combine on that with Willard. From the face-off, goes back into the Shark zone, knocked up on the boards. Young knocked it around on the boards to Copper. Round on the side. And again, the Sharks setting up the long passing plays to catch the Kings at center. Fired in over the blue line. knocked around at the side. Sharks, 3 of them all alone. Quick shot, easily handled. Mitchell knocks that one into the corner after the big save. Scramble at the front of the net. Comes to the far side. Pass out in front. Copper to Campanero. He lost control. Comes to the other side. Picked up again, and the Sharks have completely dominated the play as the Kings can't even touch the piece of rubber floating around on that ice. Comes to the front of the net. Scooped out to the side. Knocked down by Campanero to Prada. Couldn't get control. Squirts to the blue line and out, but quickly the Sharks are right on that loose puck. And they try to reorganize right at center. Knocked around. Young knocked it over to the side. Goes into the corner. Willard knocked it loose. Comes back near the blue line. And Turner knocked it away over to Grundy. Willis couldn't get control for the Kings. Goes around in the corner. And right away the Sharks also back on that loose puck. Picked up there by Willard to corner. Fired up and all the way down the ice. Kings had to go back and regroup. Knocked out quickly by Friesen to Grundy. He couldn't get control of it. And Haywood knocked it around on the boards. Sharks again right on every loose puck, John, this game.
They're jumping all over them, not giving the Kings a chance to move at all.
So as the buzzer goes, the Sharks have taken a commanding 5-0 lead at the expense of the small line of the Kings, and big-time goals that have really aided in their attack by the Sharks.
Well, the Kings are going to get some sort of an opportunity starting this shift with a face-off to the left of the Sharks goaltender.
So face-off deep into the Shark zone, but so far they've dominated on the small lines and held their own, playing the Kings 2 bigger lines. From that face-off, got out to the blue line, just out over the line, knocked into the center zone. 3 Sharks across the center to hustle on the loose puck with the Kings. Try to regroup, knock it away on the side. Fired up on the board, picked up by the Sharks, and fired around and all the way around back again. And out come the Kings.
That went right through the goaltender. He went down to stop it right through. Fortunate it wasn't a shot on net, or it would be 6-0 now.
And the Kings try to regroup, send out in the center. Fired out on the boards. And again, the Sharks also right back in again. Fired up on the boards, goes around in the corner. Good hustle again, and the Kings send it up on the blue line and down the ice. Race going down the wing as the Kings hustle down.
Nice
and a
pass.
big hit there, right in front of the net, scored! After being laced with that tremendous check, the puck did come in front of the net. And a nice goal there for Haywood, a nice hustle and passing play. And the Kings have closed the gap to 5-1.
Well, that was David Haywood making the pass. He knew he was going to get hit, and he dumped it out in front beautifully there for Sean Dunn. Sean Dunn just got his stick on it and flipped it right in.
And a big hit there, but Haywood had the heads up on that play to send it in front. And that makes it 5-1. A nice play there as the Kings looked like they were right back in that hockey game. Quickly the Sharks send it to the blue line, move it in, and we got a 2-on-1 break, pass to the side, right in front of an open net. And that was an easy goal. You don't get too many freebies like that, as even goaltender David Gibson had no chance on that play.
That was a nice play. He took that goaltender right out of the play and then just threw it out front. He had 3 or 4 guys that could have scored that goal. Just threw it out front to one of the 3 guys standing there by himself and just popped it into the open net. Sharks get that goal back. The Kings scored. I think they're sending a message letting them know, hey, we're all over you this game. It's a very important game for the Sharks.
Well, the Sharks are showing the importance of this hockey game as they've taken a commanding 6-1 lead and send it right away deep into the Kings zone and hustle on the loose puck in the corner. Sidestepping 2 checks. There's 2 Sharks standing right in front of the net with only 1 King defender. Puck does happen to come out to the blue line. The Kings start on a rush. The Sharks defense hustles right back. A bad pass, scooped up, knocked down quickly is Haywood to Gibson. Fired out in front of their own net. Picked up quickly there by Justin Taylor. Taylor sends it out of danger for the Sharks and down the ice. Long breakaway pass. Sharks, 2 of them, cross the blue shot, scored! And that one right up in the top corner. Couldn't get any corner closer to that corner without hitting the crossbar.
You take a look, you've got a short goaltender in that net. To go upstairs with that, I don't think he has much of a chance of reaching over and stopping that, short of throwing his head in front of it.
Seeing a replay, it's buried right upstairs. Boom, right in the top corner. Beautiful goal. And that makes it 7-1 Sharks. And that looks like a real commanding lead now, even early in this hockey game, John.
Well, we've still got over 30 minutes left to go in the game. And the Sharks are just jumping all over, and it doesn't look like they're finished yet.
And that was a nice save there by the Sharks goaltender to hold on to that play, as Robichaud just froze the puck before any of the Kings could get it and cause any dangerous plays. As the buzzer goes, another big shift for the Sharks. Even though the Kings did score one, the Sharks replied with two of their own and now have taken a commanding 7-1 lead with a face-off deep in their own end zone. The Sharks, they seem to have built up the confidence with the goals.
You can see the enthusiasm even as they're coming off the ice, going over to the bench, or just letting the other guys know, come on guys, keep it up, keep going.
So with a commanding 5-goal lead here early in this first period, the Kings have got a big job to make a comeback if they want to get back in this hockey game. From that face-off, instantly the Sharks send it outside the blue line and out of their danger of their own end zone. Kings try to hustle on it. The Sharks send it deep in now into the King zone. Two of them break down the wing. Puck squirts to the blue line. Two of the Sharks try to hold it back in. Long shot. Campanaro try to send one in deep. Two of them hustle in on that play. Goes around on the boards. Again, the Kings being hemmed in their own end zone very tightly. Bosman tried to send it in. Comes back to the blue line. Fired up on the boards. Knocked away quickly by Derek Plow. He sends it in for the Sharks. Goes to the back of the net. The Kings try to scramble on the loose puck.
Sharks are just jumping all over that loose puck, Glenn. They seem a little hungrier.
Long shot. Plow hit the side of the goalpost. Comes right to the front of the net. And goaltender Gibson was caught off guard on that one. He tried to grab it off the goalpost. It came out behind him. And again, the Sharks had a man right in front of the net to put it into the open corner.
Everything's going the Sharks' way. He came in, took that shot, it hit the goalpost. Instead of bouncing off to the side of it, I think just bounced right over to the other side out in front. Another open net, just a case of tucking it into the net. So everything seems to be going the Sharks' way right now. You'll see on the replay, come off the post, just picks up the loose puck, throws it towards the net. Goaltender's down and out. He has no chance on it at all. And the Sharks bury it for their 8th goal of the game.
So with a commanding 8-1 lead, the Sharks have control of this hockey game here in the first period. And look like they want to add more to that lead as the puck goes back into their own zone, picked up there quickly, and it's fired around on the boards to the blue line but not out. Taylor tried to get it out for the Sharks, knocked right back in by the Kings. It's at the long side of the board, knocked into the corner of the net, fired quickly behind the net, and the Sharks aren't taking any chances, playing safe as Derek Plow sends it up on the boards. Plow again, sidesteps the check, gets it to the blue line. Oh, nice pass up on the wing, and two Sharks cross the blue line together, and a nice defensive move by the Kings as Dunn and Gibson came back, tried to scramble out and knock that play away.
That was a nice check, nice hit.
Gibson with the big save there. Comes into the corner. And the Kings, even though they are making some defensive spurts and offensive moves to get back in this hockey game, it's the Sharks that have dominated so far to keep this big lead. Comes off to the side, knocked around in the corner. Gibson couldn't get it out for the Kings. Comes out to the front of the net. Long shot. Just caromed right out in front. And a nice save there by Gibson as it stopped just as he dropped the stick to the ice.
Off his stick, and then I believe it hit the post afterwards. He got a little bit of help there from his
scramble right in front of Gibson. And some big saves by Gibson with the help of the goalposts to keep this game at 8-1. Comes back to the blue line, fired right back in quickly by Plow. Goes around the back of the net, comes out to the side. Sharks try to reorganize, set it right up in front. Gibson knocked that one to the back of the net. Goes around in the corner, back around in the net. Kings try to get up unorganized. So with the time ticking down in this first period, the Sharks still hold a commanding 8-1 lead. Face-off back out at center. With time ticking down here in this first period with a commanding 8-1 lead. The Sharks have completely dominated so far, and this is the big line that's done it for them so far in this first period of play. Down come the Sharks. Three of them cross over the blue line, breaking all alone. And the Sharks right off the bat on this first shift here again have scored, and we've got a 9-1 hockey game.
I'll tell you, it sure makes these little guys feel good when they can score the goals like that, come back over to the bench, and the older guys are saying, hey guys, way to go out there, way to work.
And some nice moves there by the smaller players on this Sharks. Two-way passing play. And the Sharks have taken a big lead. Here in this first period, we've got again a 2-on-0 breakaway going in all alone. And this time, the goaltender for the Kings made the big save. Mitchell trying to hang on to that one.
Well, they'll take the face-off and stop the play from continuing any chance they get there.
Comes to the side. Face-off just scooped out again, and the Sharks, first one on that play. They just get it outside the blue line, try to send it right back in again, and all the Sharks cross the blue line together. Kings defense tries to hustle on and get it loose. Trying to get outside their own blue line, get a little bit of trouble and pressure off their goaltender. Knocked into the blue line, over the blue line. And again, the Sharks holding this Kings team in their own end zone. Knocked around in the corner, and the Kings are trying to slow the play down as the Sharks have been putting on all the pressure. Another shot comes to right in front of the net, knocked away. Comes around on the side. Kings again trying to get out. They're stuck in the corner behind their own net. Goes around in the corner. Bunching up in the corner now, really trying to slow this play down as the Kings don't want to get in any more trouble. Scramble at the boards. Two Shark players standing right in front of the goaltender.
Kings at this point look like they're more content on just trying to stop the goals from being scored instead of scoring them themselves.
Comes to the side again, and the Kings trying to get out of trouble. Finally fired around. Goes around in the corner. Scramble right at the center zone there, and again the Kings trying to get organized. Finally, we might have a breakaway here for the Kings as they pulls away from the defense of the Sharks. Big hustle, long shot, and this time Gibson makes the save.
Daniel Scholl coming down on that breakaway there. He figured, hey, we haven't been this close to the net in so long. He took that shot. Hoped something good would happen.
And from that play, coming around, Turner tries to knock it in for the Kings. He couldn't get it in. Fired around, knocked out, down the edge. Down come the Sharks, three of them. Two of them cross the line together. Kings defense tries to also back as the buzzer goes.
Well, that ends the first period, Glenn. So at the end of the first period, we've got a commanding 9-1 lead for the Sharks. As I was saying earlier, before the game started, the Sharks are sitting right now in 5th place, 2 points out of 3rd. So they're looking to catch up to the Dolphins. They've played 1 game less than the Dolphins, and this would put them right in there. 2 points separating 3rd and 6th in this league. We have the Dolphins, Canadian Sharks, and Blues all bunched up in that group.
So the commanding 9-1 lead. The Sharks looking to hold on to win this hockey game. The Kings have got to pull it out of the hat and get a little bit of magic going here in this second period of play. But right now the Sharks have made the big steal. Nice pass to play. Oh, and a nice save off the Kings goaltender, Graham Scholl. Comes back as the Sharks apply the pressure. Big save. Shot to the side of the net. Comes right out in front. Oh, the Karamazov scored! And when you've got 3 players in front of the net, there's not much a goaltender can do as Taylor standing in front of a wide open net, and he just put it home.
Well, Tommy Boudreau out in the corner threw it in, hit the goal post, and once again, everything's going the Sharks' way. They got that bounce off the post. You'll see on the replay coming up.
The puck does come loose right out in front, and you'll see big number 4 right there. There it is. That's one of those freebies that you don't get too often, but they're nice when they do show up. And the Sharks have taken complete control with a 10-1 lead. Shot scored! And this time a combination between Copper and Taylor. And they both took a shot at it. I think it was Taylor that finally got the last piece of wood on it. And we've got an 11-1 hockey game.
Well, Brandon Young just threw it out front. He knew he'd have a couple people out there. Tossed it out front, and there was Copper and Taylor were sitting there waiting for it. Whichever one of them got it was going to put it into the open net. There they come again.
And from that faceoff, we've got a clear breakaway against Sharks. Nice move, shot scored!
What a pretty play there by Brandon Young.
And Young sidestepped the defense. He was gone alone and no chance for goaltender Scholl. And now it's a 12-1 hockey game, and this has been a costly shift now for the Kings. As 3 quick goals, very quick goals, and the Sharks haven't stopped as they cross the blue line, stopped just at the line. Kings quickly hustle on it. Long shot, had to be stopped there by Scholl. Knocked around the corner, and the Kings have to get out of their own end zone as they're in big trouble here now in this hockey game. Fired around the side, Copper couldn't set up the play, goes to the other far side, knocked into the corner.
They're keeping that pressure, applying 3 goals in less than 2 minutes and keeping that puck into the zone. The Sharks are just jumping it all over.
Comes to the side, knocked away by Copper. He couldn't get control, but the defense helped him out. Comes right in front of the goaltender. Big save by Scholl. Another save by Scholl. And you can see there's 3 of the Shark sweaters standing right on the goal step of goaltender Graham Scholl. And he's got to be having nightmares seeing a green teal out there.
Well, he's hanging in there. He's tried covering that puck up a few times. Got a little bit of help from his goalpost a couple times. But when you have that many Sharks all over you, you're bound to get bitten by one of them.
From the face-off, comes back to the blue line. Knocked in, stopped right at the inside his own zone. Mallory tried to get it out, knocked around on the side. Goes loose, fired around out on the boards, picked up quickly by Haywood. He couldn't get it out very far. The Kings finally do send it into the Shark zone. Just inside the blue line, Haywood scoops it up for the Kings, knocked out into the front of the net. And again, the Shark defense stands their ground in front of their own net and scoops the puck out and down the ice. A long skate race. 3 Sharks cross the blue line into the corner. Fired out in front, another big save, another save right in front, and it looked like it might have just caught the edge of the goalpost and didn't drop over the goal line.
That was a nice pass to throw it out front. Good save by Scholl.
And another save by Scholl. Kicked out a Copper shot. Just as the buzzer goes, and Copper had a chance there just near the end, along with Bujo to knock it home, but the Sharks will settle for a 12-1 lead after that shift.
Well, he may have scored those 3 quick goals in the first 2 minutes of that shift, but Scholl certainly held his ground. He had to make 6 or 7 good saves there during that shift. If not for the play of them there, this game could easily be 15-16-1 right now.
But with a commanding 12-1 lead, the Sharks aren't even letting up any of the pressure, keeping goaltender Scholl very busy in the Kings net. From the face-off, came right across in front of the goal mouth. Scramble at the side, knocked down. Fired around in the corner, picked up there by Turner. He couldn't get it loose, comes right in front of the slot area again. And good hustle by the Sharks wingers. Comes to the side, goes back of the net, knocked around. Flo couldn't knock it in. Goes to the other side. And the Kings trying to scramble, get it loose, knocked out by Dustin Turner to the blue line and out and down the ice all the way. And it may not make it over the red line as the Sharks goaltender Robichaud knocked it into the corner.
Well, he doesn't want play to stop. He's got a lot of confidence in his players. Just keep it going. Get it out of the zone and get back down there.
Puck's fired up on the wing, a race for it. And down come the Sharks. 3 of them cross center together. Knocked off to the side, picked up quickly, and fired into the corner. Taylor knocked it around to Corey Plow. Plow knocked it away, far side. Kings jump on loose puck again. Sharks send it right back to center. And the Sharks aren't taking any chances either on any of these plays. They fired away. And this time it will be icing as he was behind center. But the Sharks, they don't even hesitate. They grab the puck, fire it in, and chase.
I think they've been instructed, just throw that puck into the other zone. When you've got the puck in there, just shoot. Turn around and shoot towards the net. Throw it out in the middle. Someone will be there. And it's been working so far. They've managed to score 12 goals that way. There's no point in changing it now.
And with a commanding 12-1 lead, the play must be working as they've out-hustled and definitely outshot this Kings team. Running face-off, nice save by the Sharks goaltender as he was almost caught off guard. A Robichaud had to be quick on that play.
One of the few times he's had to handle the puck, he showed he's still awake. It's hard for a goaltender to stay focused and stay alert in a game like this when the play's always down on the other end. But he's doing his job by staying awake down there.
And from the face-off, Sharks get it to the blue line, but not out. Kings try to dump it right back in again. Fired away on the side by Spencer. Spencer Yap couldn't keep it in. Down come the Sharks. Three of them cross the blue line. Comes to the side. Nice save there by goaltender Scholl. Knocked it into the corner, and the Kings try to get control. Knocked out by Dustin Turner over the blue line and down into the center zone. Sharks have to hustle back, pick it up again. And they try to set up in the center zone. Kings trying to set it back right into the Sharks, trying to catch them off guard. Fired up along the boards, but Sharks try to send it in deep. Knocked it right on the corner. Scramble along the blue line. Three Sharks standing right at the blue line area to hold that puck in, but it does manage to squirt out over to the blue line area. Knocked out in the wing and fired away by Dustin Turner. Turner couldn't get it far enough out, and the Sharks again. The forechecking of the Sharks seems to be the secret of this hockey game for their offensive unit right now, John.
They're just right on that puck right away. They're not giving the Kings any room to move anywhere, and the Kings are getting a little frustrated, just throwing it around without looking. Sharks are just all over them.
Face-off just outside the Kings blue line. Kings got to get back in this hockey game, score some goals to make it respectable. From the face-off, Turner knocked it out for the Kings, but the Sharks defense sends it right back in deep again. Fired around on the boards by Bossman. He couldn't keep it in, and down come the Kings. Hawley steps over the blue line, but he's quickly jumped on by two of the Sharks defenders, and the puck is kept in along the blue line. Comes around to the side. Spencer Yap couldn't keep it in as the buzzer goes, and that Shark defense is standing their ground. As soon as a King player crosses anywhere near the blue line, we've got two of the Shark sweaters right on the play right away.
Well, you saw there Derek Plow from the Sharks, number 15. Not only is he a prolific goal scorer with 35 points, but he also hustled to get back and make a fine defensive play. So he remembers his position is defense, and he got back to make that play and prevent the Kings from getting in and getting that second goal.
And from the face-off back out at center, we're down to the small lines again for both teams. And this has been the downfall of the Kings, as this Sharks small line has played excellent so far in this hockey game. Dumped way deep into the corner. Sharks hustle right on it. Picked up there by Cody Willard. He tried to fire it around on the boards. He leaves it on the side. Knocked away loose. Kings try to get it outside. They do manage to get it to the blue line, just over the line in the center zone. Sharks again hustle right back. Three defenders pick up on that loose puck. They all cross the line together. Slid out in the front. Nice defensive move by Turner. And a breakaway possibly going the other way. Good hustle there by Scholl up to Willis. And again, three Shark defense come back and hustle on that loose puck. And make no mistakes on that play. Goes back of the net. Sharks set up play to get organized. And out come three Sharks. Pass, his skate came out in front of the net, knocked down by Daniel Scholl of the Kings. Couldn't capitalize as he fell. And the puck goes into the corner.
You'll notice these goalies don't want to freeze the puck and stop the play for the Sharks. They want to keep the play going. Their offense seems to be doing well, so they just throw the puck into the corner and give it to the guys and let them take the rest of the play.
And the Sharks have been doing that well as their defense all hustle back. And as they cross the blue line, three of them together and down. Here we go, a 3-on-0 breakaway. Three Sharks moving in on the goaltender, Grundy, and he's not going to give anything away this time.
Well, exact opposite at this end. Kings goaltender gets a chance. He wants to smother that puck, stop the play. We've got a player down on the ice. I don't know if he's just tired or injured, sitting in front of the goaltender, Grundy. We'll have to wait and see what happens here. I didn't quite see if he got in, how he got injured, but with a scramble in front of the net and bodies flying, someone may have landed on top of him.
And coach comes out to check out the player just in the goal crease of the Kings.
Well, that'll give the kids a chance to just skate around, stretch their legs a little bit. I'm sure that the Kings players are concerned that he's not injured too seriously. They're all around him making sure everything's okay while everyone else goes out for a little skate. 17 and a half minutes left to go in this game. And the Sharks holding commanding lead.
12-1 the score after that big explosion of goals early in this period.
We're set to play. He's okay.
Face-off just to the right of Grundy. And the puck squirts loose off that face-off, knocked around in the corner. And again, the Sharks defense, everybody else is back. Two of them fell on that play. Comes back, quickly scooped up by Mitchell of the Kings, sends it up on the boards, but the Sharks hustle on that loose puck and start back down into the deep zone of the Kings. Goes around on the side. Nice defensive play there as the Kings defense tries to also get into the play. Knocked down quickly by Scholl. Puck fired into a scramble. Players all scrambled loose as the puck squirts to the side of the net. Two Sharks right in front of shot. Carried off the goalpost, right, and they scored! It carried off the goalpost right in front of the net, and we had Corn and Willard both standing in front of the net, so they had a choice of who was going to get a whack at it. And it looked like it might have been Daniel Corn that got the last piece of lumber on that shot.
Everything going the Sharks' way. He tried to, you'll see on the replay, he tried to come around through the side and stuff it in. It hit the post like a pass out to himself again. And he just grabbed it, just managed to push it just over the line for the 13th goal that the Sharks have.
And you'll see it was Daniel Corn who got the lucky break on that one as the puck landed right on the tape of his hockey stick.
Here they come again, Glenn.
And from the face-off, we've got four Sharks cross the blue line. Pass out. Oh, he scored! He slid it between the goaltender and the goalpost. And 93 for the Sharks has increased this lead to 14-1.
I thought for a minute there he was going to try the same play. You'll see on the replay he's coming in. He's on a bad angle. And he just goes to shove it in.
Just past the glove.
Goaltender Grundy couldn't get the stick quite down on the ice in time. Slid underneath. And that's 14-1 now, Sharks.
And it was all green sweaters in front of goaltender Grundy. So even if he'd made the big save, he would have had to make sure and freeze it. Or he could have been in big trouble on the rebound.
No, the Sharks baby line has just dominated this game. Scoring goal after goal every shift that they're out there. Out for the big line now.
And the Sharks again put the pressure on. Two of them cross the line. Three of them cross the line to break in. They scored. And the Sharks are taking advantage of the Kings being standing still at the blue line. And a goal by Young, and that increases it to 15-1.
Well, Jim Copper come in with that play. He was coming in. You'll see Copper coming in on a play. Well, this is just afterwards here. Picked up, looks down, just throws it up and over the goaltender's shoulder. But Copper took the hit, and Young had the presence of mind to come in, just pick it up and toss it in.
So commanding lead now for the Sharks, and they don't want to let up as here they come again. Puck squirts out to the center zone, and three of the Sharks cross it. 3-on-1 break. Shot. Oh, a nice save by Scholl. Caught the inside of his leg, but didn't cross over the goal line. We still got two Sharks right on his doorstep. Scramble there, knocked away as Copper tried to knock it in. And Taylor just carried that one off the goaltender's inside leg and straight across the goal mouth. Sharks pick up that loose puck at center. Three of them cross the blue line together again. Comes back to the line, long shot. Stopped again by Scholl. Scramble right on his doorstep, comes loose. Scholl tries to grab the loose puck. It's right on the goal line, scored! And there's a good heads-up play by number 10, Copper, right on the goal line.
Well, he's standing there waiting to put that in there. We've got number 15, Derek Plow, the defenseman usually on the middle line for the Sharks. He's playing up on the big line now. He's also involved in that. There's the scramble there. The goaltender trying to kick it out. Hold on to it. Comes across. And Copper's just standing looking for
right on the goal line.
And he pushes it the rest of the way.
A commanding lead now for the Sharks as they run away with this hockey game. Bad pass right in front of the net shot. Nice save. And goaltender Scholl holds on as it bounced off his shoulder. And he finally gets to hold on to one for a face-off.
Well, these Sharks just don't give up. 16's not enough, and they just keep pushing and pushing and pushing. And they're all over the Kings. The Kings just hoping that the clock's going to run out the rest of this game.
From that face-off, knocked around on the boards, picked up quickly. Sharks again on this loose puck, and again, goaltender Graham Scholl had to come up with a save on that play, and he's been the busy goaltender on this line.
Well, Jim Copper right there in front of the net, causing some trouble for the goaltender. He got his stick on net with a little deflection. Goaltender jumped over to the other side, grabbed it and smothered it. Otherwise, Copper may have had a chance to dump another one in.
Face off just to the left of Scholl. Sharks trying to set up play, get organized. Kings make a minor line change here, try to get some strength up on the defense.
I think the coach is just trying to run out the rest of the clock, kill a little bit of time there, and
run that face off. Aaron pass right in front of goaltender Scholl, and it was almost another easy one there for Copper. Comes to the front. Scholl had to kick that right off the stick of Jim Copper. Comes to the front of the net. Copper tried to set up the play. Scramble at the side of the net now, and the Sharks trying to get it in front of goaltender Scholl. Knocked into the front of the net, knocked away quickly by Plow. He couldn't get a good shot away. Comes to the blue line, kept in by the Sharks defense at the back of the net. Perfect pass right in front, and there's the ones you like to see, a freebie for the Sharks, and a beautiful passing play from Jimmy Copper.
I don't think the referee is going to allow this goal, as time should have expired. The horn wasn't blown, and I think the referee is coming in to say it's clearly a goal scored, but time had expired for this shift.
No chance for goaltender Graham Scholl, right in the slot area, and a beautiful setup. Derek Plow standing in the perfect place for that goal, and it has been disallowed as time had ran out on that shift.
So the face-off will be inside, just to the right of goaltender.
And Graham Scholl gets prepared as the Sharks continue the onslaught of shots against this young goaltender in net for the Kings. From the face-off, knocked out, knocked loose by Hawley. He couldn't even get it outside the face-off area. Kusha scored! It looked like he might have just carried off of the Kings defense and into the net. And the Sharks, even when they do get a bad break, it turns into a good break, going by goaltender Graham Scholl.
I think Ty Spencer Yap may have had that puck deflect off him, standing in front trying to help out.
Off a leg shot, and it does change direction and into the bottom corner.
Well, that's the goal back Flo had just scored that was disallowed, and he got it back right away at the beginning of this shift.
And from the face-off, the Kings try to get it out of their own zone. Fired up on the boards by Stephen Barry. Barry couldn't get it all the way out. Sharks try to keep it at their side of center. Knocked up on the side by Turner. Turner sends it out for the Kings, and it's fired right back in again. We've got a 2-on-1 break for the Sharks. Pass. Beautiful passing play. And Scholl slides out and pulls the puck right off the stick of number 8, Bossman, before he could step around him. And nice goaltending move by Scholl.
Not only did he make a nice pass to throw it out front, but he sidestepped that check coming towards him. He saw it coming, he still threw it out front, and hoped something would develop from it. Goaltender broke that play up nicely.
And the Kings get it outside the blue line. Sharks send it right back in again. Pass out to the front of the net, knocked away quickly by Spencer Yap. He got it outside the blue line. Sharks try to send it right back in again. Kings get to their own blue line again, knocked down by Stephen Barry, got to the line, and just out over the line, knocked down quickly by Turner. Turner couldn't get nowhere for the Kings, and the Sharks crossed the line, but it's offside as two of them were caught inside the Kings end zone, and the hustle of the Sharks was just a little too advanced for that play to keep going.
Well, even on the offside, Graham Scholl had to be sharp there and stop the puck. It wouldn't have counted had it went in, but he did make the save. He's had a lot of pucks coming his way, as has Kyle Grundy, the baby goaltender.
And from the face-off, just outside the blue line, kicked to the side by Turner of the Kings. Comes to the boards. Kings try to get it out of danger into the center zone. They get it to the blue line. Sharks fire right back in again, picked up quickly by Turner. Turner gets it out and down the ice. And quickly the Sharks hustle right on the loose puck. It's fired up on the wing. And a nice big hit there by Hawley to stop the Sharks' offense. Picked up again, a quick shot. A nice kicked out save there by goaltender Graham Scholl. Comes to the back of the net, knocked down by Turner. Turner steps around his own net, starts up on the wing. Fires the puck off the boards and out of trouble into the center zone. Shark defense hustles back as they try to set up another play in the dying moments of this shift for this two lines. Comes to the blue line, knocked down quickly by the Kings, knocked around in the corner, and the Sharks again hold their own at their own blue line, and they're a stand-up defense that the Kings just can't impregnate.
Well, Graham Scholl, the goaltender for the Kings leaving the ice now. Kyle Grundy coming in to replace him as the baby line steps on. I'll tell you, Mr. Grundy, you better be ready because there's going to be some rubber coming your way again. This baby line has been all over them.
So the score, the Sharks in a commanding 17-1 lead, and they've completely dominated this second half of this hockey game. Scramble off the face-off, and the Sharks quickly jump on it. Two of them send up the wings, and the Kings defense trying to back up and hold their own. There seems to be so many Sharks on every loose puck. Comes to the side of the board, knocked into the corner, and the Kings defense comes back to pick it up. Fired around on the boards, and right away, as soon as they fire a loose puck into the corner, we've had 3 Sharks on every loose puck here. Squirts out to the side, knocked away by Campanero. Knocked loose, picked up there in the corner. Corn couldn't pick it up. Finally, we've got it loose again, and 3 Sharks right in the slot area. Shot scored. No chance for Kyle Grundy. We have 3 Sharks right on his doorstep. And finally, he's knocked into the open net, and the Sharks.
Stephen Young, number 93 on the Sharks there. Picked up that puck, went for a little skate. You'll see Young coming into the top of the face-off circle here. Just lifts it up and over to 2 sticks. You had Kylan Mitchell trying to fall down and stop that puck as well as Grundy in the net. Young managed to put it past both of them. Here they come again, Glenn.
Good shot scored! And the Sharks aren't scoring any cheap goals either. They've all been nice ones, and Daniel Korn makes it 19-1 as the Sharks have completely dominated this hockey game in the second third.
Another replay coming for you. He's in all by himself. Just tucks it underneath the stick. He's pushing that puck hard enough that if it does get stopped, it still might go in.
A commanding lead now for the Sharks. And we haven't seen too many of the cheap goals. They've earned them all by either hustle or picking a spot behind goaltender Kyle Grundy.
Well, they've definitely out-hustled every shift. All 3 shifts have hustled for the loose pucks. When they haven't had a scoring opportunity, they've played defensive and turned it into a scoring opportunity.
And the Sharks pick it up at center. Puck squirts loose. Kings try to get right on it again. Show over the side. Willis couldn't catch up to the play. Knocked around on the side. And the Kings again can't get control once they get the blue line, and down comes the Sharks again on a long breakaway skate. They get control shot, and nice save by Grundy. He just caught it as he put his leg out, and it didn't get by that outstretched leg.
Well, that was a breakaway right from his own blue line. That was Daniel Korn, I believe, on a breakaway right from his own blue line. Threw it towards the net as every other player on the team is doing. He just couldn't get lucky enough to throw it in.
Scramble just at the blue line. A little bit of confusion there by the Sharks as they tried to set up a play back at their own line for a shot. And the defenseman fell down, and the puck just squirted outside the blue line. Sharks regain their composure, set it up at center, knocking around on the line. Scramble just at the face-off circle at center. Sharks, 2 of them pop it loose, knocked on the far side, picked up there by Willard. Goes into the side of the slot area. Kings try to knock it loose, does come loose, but there's Sharks standing right in front of the net. 3-on-1 right in front of goaltender Grundy, and finally the Sharks lose control, and the Kings get it out to the blue line. But right away the Sharks are on the loose puck at the line as the buzzer goes. And with an insurmountable lead now, John, it's just a matter of how many more the Sharks can add on.
Well, poor Kyle Grundy standing in front of that net. He just doesn't know. It looked like his own player was going to turn around and shoot the puck towards him. He's just standing there. He doesn't know who's going to shoot that puck. Only 1 goal scored by the baby line that shift there, so it wasn't too bad for the Kings. A little bit better on the last shift. Now we have the big line out again, and this line as well for the Sharks has dominated the Kings line.
So a face-off just to the left of Scholl in the Kings net, and if it's any way,
with just under 4 minutes to play, it's scored 19-1 for the Sharks.
And a commanding lead for the Sharks at 19-1, and it looks like it's going to be insurmountable with no time left really for the Kings in this hockey game to even make a comeback, and the Sharks have got a commanding lead, and they want to control the rest of this hockey game. It's at the back of the net, poked to the side, nobody there. Fired around on the side, kept loose again. Fired out in front, knocked away before Bossman could get a shot on net. Comes to the other side, picked up by Gillies. He couldn't get a shot away. Sharks are all around goaltender.
Nice
comes loose
save.
right in front. Another one. He got a hold of that one. Couldn't hold on to it. It still comes loose right at the side of the net. They hit the goalpost.
And he holds on now. He was all over his crease, making save after save. And he managed to jump across, see that puck come out, and just hang on to it.
Comes to the side off that face-off. Kings get it out and finally played safe and just shoot it down the ice. But right away the Sharks are putting the hustle on and get right back, pick up the puck in their own zone, start out on a rush again.
Brandon Young with that puck. He's a smooth skater out there.
Three
Nice
of them
pass.
cross the blue line, and all together we've got 3, 4, 5 Sharks all alone. A big save by Scholl, another save by Scholl.
Oh, he holds on to that rebound. Beautiful
At the side of the
goaltending.
goal crease, they scored. And there were 3 Shark sticks inside that crease swinging at a loose puck. So the fans can take their choice on that one, who gets that goal.
Absolutely no chance for Scholl on that. He made 2 beautiful saves, got over for the third one. He was out of position out of the net, and they tucked it in, brought it in from behind, and just tucked it in. And that, Glenn, is the 20th goal of the game for the Sharks.
And there was 3 Sharks at the edge of the goal crease. They come right back down again. Another save, and this time Scholl with the shoulder up in the air, knocks it over into the corner, fired around quickly, knocked in. Scholl has to kick out the shot from Copper. Comes to the other side, right in front of the net to Copper. He tries a shot again. Scholl has to kick that one out with his leg. Comes back to the blue line. A big hit at the blue line by Brandon Young. Couldn't keep the puck in, though, and it goes back into the Shark zone. And now the Sharks, on top of hammering the goals in, are also hammering it right to the Kings players.
Kings just don't have a chance. As soon as they touch the puck, somebody's all over them, either stripping the puck or knocking them down.
Puck's fired in from the blue line, goes back behind Scholl. Hustling right on it quickly is Copper. Right out in front of the net, comes the side. Scholl had again kicked that one out from the side of the net. Fired off the boards, comes loose, knocked down quickly by Bossman. Bossman, another shot off of Copper and Bossman. And again, goaltender Scholl has to come up with a save and hold on.
Well, Graham Scholl sure has made his share of saves this shift. A lot of shots being fired at him. We're just down under 20 seconds to go in the game.
Long wrist shot. Knocked off to the side and around the corner. Kings try to get going, and we've got a penalty on the play.
We've got a slashing penalty being called against the Sharks defenseman. That's going to run out the clock now.
And there's the buzzer, and I think the Sharks completely dominated that game, as the Kings are glad to hear that buzzer. For Spartan Junior Hockey, this has been Glenn Sear and John Monich bringing you this hockey game. The final score, the Sharks 20 and the Kings 1.